So hey guys, Lucky and I are out here with Navimow and we're about to do some maintenance on it. I just want to go over a little bit of my long-term experience with it so far. It has been a great mower. I have a few instances where I'm going to post pictures over here of things that have happened or of things that I've noticed maintenance-wise on it. But my total hours so far operating this thing are around 60 hours on it. And keep in mind, I have a lot of mowers. I'm doing a lot of things. So for it to have 60 hours is kind of a statement in itself. It's mowed over 281,000 square feet of property. So I use this thing a lot. The Garage X has been great. Plenty of rain, plenty of god-awful sun. So it has protected it. It still looks good. The water does collect on top of it a little bit right here, but I imagine if you tilted it back a little bit, you wouldn't have an issue with it. This works really well. Everything still works great on it. I can lift it up and get maintenance on it. It did run the other day when it was wet out, and it's probably gonna have some accumulated grass on the bottom of it. And we'll take it over to the hose and show you how to rinse it off, use your cleaning mode. And then we're gonna take it around to the garage through the mow gate and check out the blades. Little toad out here, a little brown Texas toad. Whoop, whoop. Try to keep from hurting him. Put it in cleaning mode, which is 1 over. You can hear the blades dropping down so you can get underneath the deck. And it's gonna power off. Such a nice display. And as soon as this goes off, I'll know we're powered off. There we go. And there we go. That's what my Navimow looks like. Look at these discs, how they stay clean. As many mowers as I've looked at, these things are always clean. It's got a lot of grass on it. Now you probably want to do this with gloves, especially when you replace your mower blades. You can see some have some surface rust on them. Get out of here. But you can see the amount of dirt, grime these things collect. Hey, the only problem I have with this is these wheels get caked on a little bit. They're hard to get clean, so you could use a screwdriver or something. But the majority of this stuff will come off with water. All right, and then for under the deck, pull it out a little bit, not too much. Do not let the water dry on the display, nor do I let it dry on the cameras. I immediately wipe those off. And the rain sensor, which is what I think this is. In general, the top of it. I got a drone light on here, that's what this is. The headlights, just in general look, to keep it nice looking. So taking the time to clean your stuff. I'm sure I don't need to preach you guys. You guys are buying robot mowers, so I'm thinking we're probably all in the same boat. I have noticed one thing with the charging station, because if you can see this, get a little bit of oxidation on these charging contacts. So they do oxidize a little bit, as well as inside the mower, you're getting that little patina on there. I'll just rinse these off, or wipe them off a little bit, get some of that surface off. Bottom too. Water does just sit on this thing when it rains. Never realized there was a reflector there. That's cool. That's what it looks like now. I don't know if you want to do some Brazo on there or what, but that electric grease stuff, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you do to keep this kind of stuff clean. And then on the mower, it's got a little bit of stuff inside its actual charge port, which is hard to get at. Maybe some compressed air would get in there. How much I can get out of there with. Excuse me, Navimow. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if it's the best idea to stick my finger in there with it running. So everybody asks me, Kevin, do you need to edge after robot mowers? Usually, yes. None of them really edge up to 100% completion. But the trick is to get you a new edger. That is the trick, let me tell you. Get a new electric lightweight, like I did. I bought the Works 40 volt. It's super lightweight, does a really good job, and I don't mind edging anymore. So yes, these will get 98, 99% of your yard, but you will have to edge. I mean, it's not gonna be able to get everything like that right there. You can see what I've added. Some tiles onto my mow gate. These are 23 by 23, maybe half-inch tall outdoor tiles at Lowe's, and that has worked really well. So gravel down will do the trick. Framed in box. Right now a piece of tile works for me. So you're out grilling. This is the real life scenario with these. Your mower goes out through its mow gate. It's out here doing the job for you. That's why these things are so great. I don't have to tell some of you guys how great these things are, but some people still doubt them. Why would I want a robot mower? Well, I could be out here mowing with my zero turn as well, but I got other things to do. I love to mow, I really do, I love it. But when I can send out this thing, and it can go to multiple parts of my yard via paths or through the mow gate, can't beat that. You cannot beat that. That is such a nice device. Let's see what it does with that branch. Oh yeah. Mulched. And select cleaning mode. So once this is off, you know you can move the mower. There we go. And thankfully, it's about ready to fall. Now I have grass everywhere. And I'm actually allergic to Bermuda grass. It's a little secret. I am allergic to the grass that started this channel. Now, this is already down on cleaning mode for rinsing behind the mower deck, but there is a little give. You just don't want to pull it too hard because there's a string behind this thing holding it right about here, if I remember correctly, right here. So y'all have just crammed chock full of grass back in there. That's what I'm trying to get at. There should be an easy way to get it. Rubber sprinkler hose that I'm going to use to get back there and knock some of that stuff loose. I've used a screwdriver back here before, but you can't get these angles like you can with like a hose or a tube. It's knocking it all loose. Okay, let's go over an obvious point. Sticking your finger in something that's been sitting out in your yard, you're likely to come across a critter. So just be careful That got the majority of the packed grass out, so that's pretty good. See a little bit more falling out, but I probably should wear gloves. And if you use a screwdriver, make sure you're just not prying at a spring or a wire or anything. And I blew the breaker. Whoops. Blade changes on these things are actually really easy. You've got these hex, or these Allen key, these three, and then these things are sandwiched together with these regular Phillips. So you find your hex key. I want to mention something. Do not use power tools when doing these. You will snap them. Use a regular hex head, screwdriver, or an Allen key to get those off. If you mess that up, think about the consequences. I think I saw somebody post one where they snapped off one of the bolts in the spindle. Not good. I gotta start doing more videos in the fall or in the spring. Slam them all in and get them done, because this summer heat has been ridiculous. So let's see what size we got here. It'll make you mad when somebody gets it right the first time. I have no idea what size this is. It says a 3 metric. All right, so there's the blade. Here's your spindle. You can see there's blades on the bottom, 3, and there's these interior blades. Here, you can see the lifts on the bottom. And here. So you've got 6 in total on each disc. And this is your little spindle. You want to make sure there's no wire wrapped around it, or string, or netting. Make sure those are in good shape. And what I did last time is I took each of the blades apart. You take your disc apart, keeping in mind where it goes. Now you can see how the blades survived. We can go ahead and replace all of those with new blades. I don't know about you guys, but I was impressed by the number of blades that Navimow includes with the X430. I kept them all in a bag. They give you this nice set with new screws and new blades, all in the same pack. Other manufacturers do that too, but they don't put them in these nice little cases. They're all marked Segway. They'll have that very small hole on them. You got to align that hole when you put these back on. These need to be free spinning. So you'll see on the top of the screw how it's thicker on the top. That's the part it rests on. So when you put them on here, you want to make sure that it's free spinning once it's done. And what I do, so just make sure it's aligned. There we go. And tighten it down. And then I make sure it spins afterwards. And that's how you do a blade change. So you're going to go to the others, and then you're going to flip it over and do these. And remember where the bottom is. It's got teeth on it right here on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Line those up on here, and then put it all back together. You'll be good to go. Make sure you got them good and torqued down. Make sure you line it up. Put your screws back in. Now, spindle's going to go through here. You can see these are threaded and these are not. So line up your threads. There, it just slides right back on. And there you go. That's how you do all the blades on your Navimow X430. So it's in cleaning mode. When you put it back out, you're going to go ahead and turn it back on. It's going to come out of cleaning mode, then you can tell it to go home. And that's about how you clean your Navimow. It's pretty easy, guys. So don't skip it. And again, watch out for critters if they're up there. I know some of you guys live out there in the West Coast and you got those things that look like that. Watch out. We've got the slitheries out here and the mice and all sorts of stuff. Also, don't forget to cover your cords. A friend of mine said his mower had rabbits attacked his power cord and he had to splice it back together. So just buy some cheap cord cover. It's worth it. So that wraps up maintenance on my 60-hour, 50 to 60-hour X430. I've been keeping it in the garage, been keeping it clean, rinse it off every now and then, get some of that grass out of there, and let it go to work for you guys. If you're wondering how big this thing is, this is no lightweight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell it, even with the phone recording me, I'm gonna wait for it to restart. As long as your cameras are clean, your blades are new, your battery's charged, it's ready to go, and it'll go and go and go and go and go. So even when us humans are out here sweating, they don't sweat it. They want to work. I'm gonna see if I can do it on the keypad only. There it is. Home. So this is a NRTK mower. Now spinning around calibrating. It's gonna figure out what to do. At some point it'll turn around and come this way. There we go. Keep in mind, I just powered it on. It has no idea where it is. That's good technology. I'm gonna step out of the way so it doesn't see me as an obstacle. Here's the mow gate, where you can see. Left door got stuck. Now it's unlocked. Well done. So not without its challenges, but I'll tell you what, that is one good performing mower. Easy to clean, easy to operate, easy to maintain. What else could you ask for? That's it for me, guys. Take care. See ya. Thanks, guys. That's it for this one. See ya.